One thing I've noticed that my English students struggle with is how to use this verb, get. I'll teach you how to make this verb very simple to use in your English conversations. So let's get started with mastering the verb get. The first way that you can use the verb get in your English conversation is to say to go. This is a little bit tricky for my English students, so let me give you some examples. I have to get to school at 8 a.m. I'm getting to school at 8 a.m. I got to school at 8 a.m. I will get to school at 8 a.m. You can see I've used this verb in all the different tenses instead of saying to go or went or going. There are some really common expressions that we use the verb get to say to go. Instead of just saying we have to go or we have to leave, American English speakers will say we have to get going. This is just a way to say we have to start moving, we have to go home. And it's actually a really polite phrase to use to say that you have to leave. If you're leaving by car, you might hear American English speakers say, hey, we have to get driving, or we have to get on the road. It means that we have to get in our car and we have to start going on our route to wherever we're going because we're running out of time. So we have to get on the road. Sometimes you'll also hear this said as we have to hit the road. It just means we have to start driving because we have a long drive. You'll often hear English speakers say we have to get going home, or we have to get going to the store. We have to get going to the library. We have to get going to an appointment. These all mean that we have to go in a timely manner. We're running out of time, so let's just get going. So be aware that English speakers will often say we have to get somewhere to mean we have to go somewhere. Hey, where did you get that? The verb get can often be used to say buy or purchase. You might say, I have to get a few groceries at the store. Or I'm getting a few groceries at the store. I got a few groceries at the store, or I will get a few groceries at the store. So you can see in all of these sentences, the verb get is used to say, I'm going to buy. Here are 3 really common expressions you'll hear English speakers use the verb get to say buy. If you are at a store and you pick up a shirt or you pick up something off the shelf and you're looking at it, your friend might say, hey, are you getting that? That means, are you going to buy that? So to get it means to buy it. And of course, if you were stealing it, you're saying, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna run away with this. But it wouldn't mean to buy in this case. One way that I really want you to remember that English speakers say get to mean buy is if you're eating lunch or dinner or whatever meal at a restaurant and one person wants to be polite and pay for the whole meal, they'll say, oh, I've got this. They'll simply say, I've got this to mean I will pay for it. I will buy the meal. Or someone might even say, I can get lunch today. This doesn't mean that they can go get lunch today. This means they can pay for everybody's lunch on this day. So English speakers will use this phrase, I'll get it, let me get it, to mean I will pay for it. And again, it's a really polite way to say this. And all English speakers would know exactly what you're saying if you say get in this context. So make sure you remember that get, especially when in a restaurant, means to pay for or purchase. In English class, you probably learned that to get something means to obtain it, to come hold it. That's the simple meaning, but let's talk about get when it comes to getting an opportunity. Here are some example sentences to help you start to understand how to use this. I get to meet with the president. I'm getting a meeting with the president. I got a meeting with the president. I will get a meeting with the president. In this case, the meeting is like an opportunity, especially meeting with the president of a company or a country, whatever it is. It's a big opportunity, so you get the opportunity. I've got some more common expressions that English speakers use with this meaning of the word get. We often talk about getting a second chance or a second opportunity. So if someone makes a mistake, you give them a second chance, they get the second chance, and they get to try whatever it is they failed at before. Have you ever heard that there are not many second chances in life? So if you get one, it's a good opportunity. A common question you might hear is, what's something you never got to do when you were younger? Well, this phrase means what's an opportunity or an activity that you never had when you were younger. Some people will say, I never got to eat lots of sugar when I was younger because my parents were very strict. Or I never got to go on vacation when I was younger because my parents did not have a lot of money. These are all opportunities, so using this verb to get can be used with an opportunity. So when I'm speaking with a few of my friends that are English learners or my students, I will often say to them, do you get it? This means, do you understand? So the last meaning of this verb, get, is to understand, and this is a super common way to use this verb as well. So let's start out with our example sentences. You could say, I get what you are saying. I got what you are saying. I am getting what you are saying. You could use this in the future tense, but it's a little bit awkward. You might say, I will get it if you explain it. This means I will understand it if you explain it. So in all of these example sentences, the verb get means to understand. So like I said, one of my most common questions I ask English learners is, do you get it? Do you understand it? When you were young, you might have thought to yourself, parents just don't get it. This is a common expression to mean that older generations or your parents, when you're a kid or a teenager, they just don't understand your struggles. And I think that all of youth feels like this. Oftentimes when we talk about humor and jokes, we'll say, they're not getting the joke, or did you get the joke? If someone doesn't get the joke and they don't laugh, it might mean your joke is not funny. And a common expression that goes right along with this is to get the humor. So you get why something is funny. And different cultures have different types of humor. So sometimes I don't really get British humor. I don't think their shows are funny because it's just culturally different. And I'm sure you've had this thought about American television shows or whatever country television shows you're watching. So this is a very important use of the verb to get. It means to understand. Thank you guys so much for watching this English lesson with me. My name's Kayla. You can visit EnglishWithKayla.com for more English lessons and studying with me. Make sure you watch the next 2 lessons on screen. They'll really help you with your natural English vocabulary. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.